So will you please bring up my very special guest? All right, never mind.
Does anything need to be said right now, Vinny? Does anything need to be said?
Yes, you need to introduce yourself for the audio people.
I will introduce Ocho because he won't serve himself justice. For those of you who don't know, this is the great grappler number 8, Ocho or Ojo, whatever you prefer. He's under a mask or a helmet, whatever you prefer. Ocho is a regular on my Saturday night Skype show. He provides the entertainment every Saturday night. Ocho has my back through thick and thin. Ocho has eyes in the front of his head, in the back of his head, on the side of his head, always looking out for Vinny Roo. Ocho, so far so good?
Spot on, Vinny. Spot on, buddy.
You are, because you know people in the past have screwed Vinny Roo, and you want to make sure that doesn't happen again.
We don't like to see that happen. It's not.
We don't like to see that happen.
These people taking advantage of your good name, Vinny Roo. They take advantage of your good name and your good graces.
Exactly, and a lot of times they're in my own camp, Grappler. Ocho, they're in my own camp a lot of times.
They say you keep your friends close, your enemies closer, Vinny.
Right, so Ocho, being the intellect that he is, all of a sudden he sees Jay Lane starting to distance himself, making a name for himself on Twitch. Oh, I don't need Vinny Roo anymore. I got Twitch now. Vince calls, I blow him off. And you know, and the next thing we know, there's the Jeff Lane brand. I mean,
yeah.
So we had possibility.
No, you don't know. We got to keep an eye on these things, Vinny. Your next thing you know, it's going to be an LLC. It's going to be Jeff Lane Productions LLC. It's going to be who knows what's going to happen. Vinny.
Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, bro, he overtook Twitch right from under my nose. He's taking Twitch. Why not take the brand?
Hold on, I'm writing that down. Jeff Lane Productions LLC. All right, go ahead.
Exactly. Why not take?
Steal another idea from somebody there. Jeez.
So Ocho now is keeping a keen eye on Jeff Lane, right, Ocho?
I'm all over it, Vinny. All over it.
Ocho, what did you bring to my attention? You know, because again, Jeff, what I'm stating here is Jeff has lost focus. What I'm stating here is Jeff is slipping.
Oh my God.
What I'm stating here is I am no longer Jeff's priority. I'm questioning whether the brand is his priority. Ocho knows all this stuff is going on, so Ocho does a little research. Ocho, what did you stumble across, Ocho?
I mean, can I preface something though, Vinny? Do I have a sec here? Do I have just one sec?
Absolutely.
So I'm not here to offend anybody. I'm not here to. I promise you, we're all in this big world together, Vinny. I gotta preface something else. You may not know this about me. I get a little fiery. I'm kind of a loudmouth. I'll let you drink it in. Drink that in, Vinny, because I know you're probably startled by it. I get just a little intense. So as I'm doing being the lawn ranger and doing my Ocho responsibilities, I did notice on Lions, Tigers, Bears, and Timeout that there was 10 minutes of dead air after the show. 10 minutes. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I still got another 10 minutes of a great show.
Whoa. Wait, you're talking about 10 hours, 10 minutes of dead air on another show?
No, on Lions, Tigers, Bears, and Dummy.
Wait a minute, on a branch?
On a branch on the Relm Network that we pay for!
You're talking about like the dead air that Mr. Lane points out when Mr. Shera is doing his show and Mr. Johnson are doing their show, and there's all that dead air, and Mr. Lane is always the one to point that out. Now, are you trying to tell me, Ojo, that there was 10 minutes of dead air on a brand show?
10 full minutes. Am I backwards? 10 full minutes of dead air. And I'm saying, okay, maybe something else is going to come up. Maybe they're going to, and we're back! back, and we're ready for another thing here because Disco put time in or something like that. Or ready or not, here I come. Here's Disco. And there was nothing. Nothing, Vinny. I'm sitting there going, my God, what am I paying for here? What's this cup of
let me kind of like reconstruct the crime scene, bro. Because
Please.
if you're asking me what happened, Ocho, this is what I think happened. Okay, bro, we finished the show. What show was it? The Disco show, right?
Right. You betcha.
We finished Lions, Tigers, Bears, and Disco. This guy can't wait to get back on Twitch. He's in such a hurry to get back on Twitch that he doesn't even hit the stop button, bro.
Nothing. He probably had his Atari out, his TurboGrafx 16, his Sega Genesis, all ready to go.
Oh,
he can't hit the stop button, nothing.
The show is going on for 10 minutes, bro, and he's on Twitch playing games.
You know what it was like, Vinny? You know how when the album runs over, but the needle don't come back and it just runs on that same little loop that cluck, 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 at the end of your albums, you know? That's what it was like. Just dead air, Vinny.
Well,
I'm stumped.
Go ahead, Mr. Lane. Go ahead.
Well,
Mr.
first of all,
Mr. Castrator with the Wade Keller pauses and the Johnson pauses. Ocho, you've been listening to this show for a long time. I've never heard a 10-minute pause.
Not once.
all right. Well, first of all, I edit the show at 8 o'clock in the morning, so I was not getting on Twitch when that show was over. I had a lot of work to do. What are you doing? Your screen's all screwed up now. You can't even listen to me?
I'm making baseball moves. I'm listening to everything you're saying. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Secondly, there wasn't dead air in the show. There was dead air after the show. Yes.
No, that makes it better.
No, it doesn't. It's embarrassing. Like I said, if I ever do this, I would be embarrassed. But it was not in the middle of the show. The show had ended, and what I forgot to do was drag the ending graphic to the end of the show because the prior week was longer. So it was 10 minutes on my editing thing after the show had ended. So it was 10 minutes of silence after the show. There was not a lapse in the show. There was not dead air during the show. It was after.
All right, are you done with that explanation?
I think that's a pretty good explanation.
Okay. Well, here's my first question to you. Prior to Twitch for 5 years, has that ever happened before?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
You know,
so you're
OCHO
saying,
was the only one that pointed it out too. So I wonder, you know what that tells me is they're shutting the show off because they don't care about our plugs.
so you're saying it's coincidental that the obsession with Twitch taking my customers from under my nose, it's coincidental with you letting those show have dead out 10 minutes of dead air.
Well, saying, you know, that it has something to do with Twitch. When I edited the show at 8 a.m. and I didn't go on Twitch that night till probably 10 p.m., Twitch has nothing to do with that.
Could have been something you were looking forward to.
Hey, Ocho,
You know, I got hot.
It was on my mind.
I
Yeah.
to him in the morning. I got hot.
Ocho, what penance, Ocho? You know, you're a doctor. Same as the lawyer, as far as I'm concerned. Lawyer, doctor, same thing.
What can Ocho do, Vinny Roo?
What can Ocho do? What do you think the punishment for the crime should be?
Well, so I had to think about this, Vinny, because again, Ocho doesn't like to offend anybody in our fun little group here. But let me get this straight here. So you've edited, I don't know, 300 shows a year for 3.5, 4 years, and you messed this one up at a success rate of, I guess, or failure rate of maybe 0.0009% ish, Jeff? Something about that?
It would be very low. Yes, I don't accept that. I would want 100%, but yeah, it's probably somewhere.
Okay. Well, listen. What is it called? Vince Russo's the brand, or is it called Jeff Lane's the brand?
I'm starting to question that.
Because I'm wondering.
Starting to question that, bro. Whose brand is it anymore?
I don't know. Because if it was called Jeff Lane's the brand, and Jeff Lane said something like this.
When are you guys going to get together? When are you guys going to do an official show on the Relm Network? A grappler show on the Relm Network, bro. I would love a grappler show on the Relm Network, bro. I think the grapplers are ready to come to the Relm Network, bro.
If Jeff Lane said that, we'd be holding on to our ass because we'd have so much money coming in from advertisements, from revenue, from downloads. But it's called Vince Russo's the brand, and we got to listen to disco. Time out, time out. Ready or not, here I come. Yay! And we got to listen to Jack and Janice Plant the Garden on the Relm Network that I pay a cup of soup a week to listen to, Vinny Roo. Who's in charge of the brand here? Jeff Lane, Vinny Roo. Who's getting shows on? Let's do this. Who wants some of this, Vinny Roo?
Wait a minute now. Are you taking this opportunity, bro, to upstage me, Ojo?
I'm impressed. This
Would
was a swerve.
OCHO do that? Would OCHO do? OCHO, I said I was here not to offend anybody, and I was given your word that nobody would get upset here.
You were given the word that Jeff would not get upset.
I asked anybody. I said, hey, I hope nobody.
We'll deal with that later.
Oh.
We'll deal with that later.
And then you got Disco with his freaking AOL webcam that looks like he got that free CD-ROM with the 500 hours. That looks like.
Here's what I think the penalty to the crime should be.
I'm curious about this. I panicked.
I think right now, live on this show, I think Jeff needs to apologize to Dave Scherer and Mike Johnson.
And me, do a Hail Mary.
If I do what they do, I will. If I have dead air in the middle of a show, I will apologize to them.
So you're telling me because the dead air was at the end of the show was okay?
No, I'm not saying it's okay, but it's not the same thing. It did not interrupt the listener's enjoyment of the episode because it was over.
Well, it interrupted my enjoyment because I thought there was something else coming up.
But it was coming up. He sat there for 10 minutes like a
on my lawnmower, driving around, aerating the lawn. Going, hey, it must be soon. Here it
bro,
comes.
thinking there was it was a big cliffhanger, bro.
I got 3 more lawns done just waiting in that damn 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, the dog barking was 10 minutes later. That's why it took 10 minutes. That's why there was 10 minutes of dead air because I forgot to move the dog barking up.
Wait, some punk is saying, didn't Vince have internet problems as well? Some punk. This had nothing to do with internet problems. There was no problem with his internet. The point is he couldn't wait to jump on Twitch, bro, and steal my custom and steal my bits that he forgot to hit the stop button, bro. His internet was fine.
There is no stop button. I didn't mash it together. I didn't bring up the little bumper at the end to the end of the episode. That's what I did.
He forgot to do the monster mash, Vinny. You know, sometimes people forget to do the monster mash.
But Vince, Ocho needs to stick around for this first castration for Twitch before you let him go. I need him for this one.
Ocho, did you see the Rambo?
Of course I did, Vinny.
We can't talk about it, but
I got you. I got lots of. I'm ready.
Saturday night.
You bet.
Live on Twitch. Oh, so Jeff, what time do I go on Twitch, bro? Usually like 9 o'clock. Jeff, write that down.
I'm sure Jeff
will. Okay. On Twitch, bro, 9 o'clock Saturday night. Write it down, Jeff.
Saturday night is the only night that I end up on the same time as you, and I lose 2/3 of my viewers when you go on. So I'm not trying to counter programming you.
So Jeff goes from 9 to 3.
Else to do. I have nothing else to do.
I mean, if you had the life of Ocho, you could be on Twitch with Vinny Roo, but I don't know that's saying
true.
much more, honestly.
All right,
I think the bar has been set so low at this point.
Yeah, let's throw something Ocho's way. What do we got, bro?
We're gonna throw Ocho a bone here.
Yeah, so this was sent in by Dimitri Hondros, and we've had many of these where Brian Alvarez will say this match was 8 minutes, and then Dave Meltzer will go 12. Right? We've all heard that. So here's another one, guys. This is Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer.
This is an opening match on SmackDown, which, by the way, goes 20, 25 minutes like they always do.
Like 28 minutes, bro.
You know what I'm saying, Ocho? There's swerves. The swerves are coming from everywhere.
Oh, God, this is Bruce Pritchard all over again, bro.
This is like when Rocky hits Apollo and they go, look at the blood coming up. Oh, he's spitting up blood now. This is Vinny Roo getting hit by Ocho, getting hit by Jeff. Where, Vinny? Oh my God, what's happening here? I'm never allowed on again, am I?
Hey, Dimitri found that.
I'm contemplating whether I even let you plug the Grappler Gazette at this point, bro.
I got nothing, Vinny.
Yeah, credit to Dimitri for that one.
All right, Ocho, tell me
That'd
about
be
the
great.
Grappler Gazette, bro.
The Grappler Gazette is on the Brothers Grappler YouTube page. We got science experiments. We got an experiment that explains that when you slap your leg, how it makes the super kick super effective. And then you can knock people out for the 1, 2, 3, because that's what we're worried about. We don't rate matches at a 2. We don't start at a 2 and then go. We have hard-hitting news, the best news. Sources are rock solid. Brothers Grappler YouTube channel. You got to check it out. Check me out, OCHO Grappler 8, the Dr. OCHO on Twitter. Grappler _8.
All right,
Send me
Ocho,
down
I'll
every
see you
once in a while.
Saturday night, bro. I can't wait to talk about that movie, bro.
We'll be there, guys. Everybody have fun. Have a great night, everybody.
All right, the great Ocho, bro. Take care, my friend.
Damn it, subscribe to the Brothers Grappler YouTube channel. Like the video, damn it. Leave a comment.